It's Dyer's ban now. Radiant's turn to ban. Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Dyer's turn to ban. It's Radiant's ban now. Ten seconds. You only got 5 seconds. Even less now. Dyer pick. Radiant pick.
Silencer.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant's turn to pick.
10.
10 seconds. 5 seconds left. Dyer's turn to pick.
Vengeful spirit.
Ten seconds. It's Dyer's ban now.
Shaker.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant's turn to ban. Dyer's turn to ban. 10 seconds. 5 seconds left. It's Radiant's band now. Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant's turn to pick. Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Dire's turn to pick.
Lina.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant pick.
Templar Assassin.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Dire pick.
Venomancer.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant's turn to ban. Bat Rider! Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. It's Dyer's ban now. Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Dyer's turn to pick. Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant pick.
Terror Blade.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left.
Ember speed.
Choose a hero or something. Ten seconds. 5 seconds left. 30 seconds to battle. But feel free to start killing before that. We're not sticklers. This one's for all the marbles. If marbles were at all valuable. Radiant called in the fortification. Dire structures are fortified.
False.
Только моё.
Like, Venomancer can hold its own against Batrider by landing Gale, but you throw a Shaker into...
First blood. Thanks and have fun.
Первая кровь. Сейчас будет жарко.
hits level 3. I imagine we will still see a 1-1-1 build come out from Fata, but you need to play defensively in this lane as Terrorblade if you're down to like 2/3 health. Your max health is 500. These magic damage nukes, they are a problem.
Puppy's being an absolute nuisance. How many times have we seen him play as Chen? And,
a lot.
It used to be the Harpy Stormcaller that was the real courier sniper, the hero killer in mid lane. This time around he's running around with the Sada Banisher.
Yep, can purge off the sticky napalm stacks. So, makes Ace extra safe in lane. It also gives them an additional slow, as if they were lacking that with the 2 they already have. But you never know. It's a great save.
Нет, нет.
找到一个好的位置，能够封到剧毒的话，对，干。
What options does he really have right now? He has to be close by to his Veno. His big camp is blocked. And he knows that if he leaves him, Ace will just get dove in the tower.
Oh, Fissure on bottom lane. Puppy getting blocked in. 11's going to take to the skies with a Firefly, but it's so much slow. Ace hasn't even let off the Gale. It's just 11 having a real difficult time keeping up. They've got the sticky napalms. This may allow Lanham to potentially finish the job. He's got Totem available. 11 begins his TP out. They had the creep wave with him, so both 11 and Lanham both TP away. 11 doesn't go all the way back. Meanwhile, Magic Missile up on top. YapzOr going again. The real core chasing after Fenrir. He's got 3 stick charges, however, so Fenrir should be able to survive this with the support from his creep wave arriving.
YapzOr with a big movement speed advantage there. Almost ran him down. I think if he had committed there, this could have maybe been a kill, but risk-reward, he probably didn't like it that much in that situation. Still, he forces Fenrir to walk all the way back to base, so definitely a victory there for YapzOr. And we wanted to keep a little bit of an eye on mid lane. Ori is in the lead as expected, but one is... he's doing pretty okay. Yeah,
it's not a bad lane for him. Obviously, with Refraction having that bonus damage, you should see a lot more CS coming into the Templar Assassin. But the fact that mid one's able to dodge any kind of harassment, there's 2 points in the side blades from Ori, this is what's really going to start to hurt him.
I love this ward from Lanham that he just placed. This is in anticipation that Chen will ultimately give up on playing in that bottom lane. Oh.
The courier flies right over the top, and it's the cool one too. The Daddy Dem created dragon, I love it.
He's anticipating that Chen will give up on playing in the bottom area and start rotating it toward mid.
Yapso. He's going to smoke up and go for the courier.
Oh, got it.
The totem stun. He actually had it. Yapso came in too late.
He needed...
Out. There's no way for Terror available. Mid one's real hurry with that berry fire. He has the life. Mid one to barely survive. Did not take the tower aggro, but Lanham killing Couriers. Mid one denies himself the tower. Ori actually gets awarded the kill, however.
And Lanham gets the AoE experience, so didn't really get too much out of that on the Ember. But at the very least, they got the first kill. So top lane Fata.
Yeah, Fenrir, he knows he can now start pressuring this. With the heavy rotations of Yamsor, Poppy unable to leave the bottom lane, this is when Vici Gaming can just make more space for Paparazzi. The panel were talking about just how strong this Terror play is going to be. I'm wondering if they can actually deal with him if they give him a good start. Bottom lane, yeah, 11 will be able to get out to safety. There are no stuns available, but Catapult's being stolen. Mid lane, Fissure out from Lanham's, keeping mid one in, but not totally. It's a small gap in the wall.
Yeah, I like this play from Poppy a lot. He forces the Batrider out on the siege creep wave so that they can get a double siege into this tower. And 11 TPing all the way back to base. It's still not in reach of this tower defense just yet. There's an extra wave coming in. Ace, no Aquila on him, unfortunately, for this push. That AoE armor would have been really useful right now.
Lanham scouted out by the side of Banisher. He's ready to throw out a Fissure, making sure he's always got mana with the Soul Ring available, but here comes 11 into the Firefly. 4 sticky napalm charges on the Venomancer at the moment. No Plague Ward slowing him down. In fact, Puppy just sends him back, so they turn their attention over towards the Chen. Gale is on to 11. Finally, the send back goes through as Puppy brings in more support. I don't know exactly how he's meant to get out of this one. This is a real sticky situation as Puppy is finally brought down by Lanham, not the master of sticky.
Do max Fissure, or sometimes you do max the Aftershock or get something like a 2-1-2 build, but he's gone for 2 in the heavy hitting Enchant Totem. Very unusual. Fenrir is toast.
Yeah,
no, not yet. He had a raindrop.
Charges available, and raindrops will give the extra protection. Yes, so one more hit will do it. Does not have to commit the magic missile. But Fada is kind of hurting. He had to cast multiple abilities while the curse was on him. So stick charges will allow him to survive just long enough to then pop the salve.
Yep. Drops his Aquila for the maximum efficiency on that salve, and he's going to head back up. But considering how they got the first blood on Paparazzi and how strong their lane is in terms of magic damage output, I think Paparazzi is actually doing a really good job having these 40 CS right now. Definitely not looking too shabby for Vici's cores, and you have to look forward in this game and think, if Ember does not get really strong, they don't have the best tools of dealing with this Terrorblade. Lina can be okay, but the other heroes on Secret, in my opinion, are pretty bad matchups against Terrorblade in the later portions of the game. So very, very crucial for them that they do get their farm going. And mid one is falling behind heavily in mid now. Yeah, 44 and 19.
Vici want to put him down a little bit further. That's why the ES is hovering around. This would be a nice thing for mid one to grab, but unfortunately he's got no Sleight of Fist, and Lanham will just walk in, steal the Illusion Rune, and deny mid one the extra bottle charges. It's the state he wants to have in the mid lane to be aggressive against the TA.
Speaking of aggression bottom lane, Puppy gets the slow out. They don't really have any follow-up here.
They got Yapso nearby, but he's not close enough for the magic missile. You know Lanham. This time his wall is secure.
They're committing a lot to protecting their safe lane. I feel like this is not very effective, what Team Secret is doing right now. Ideally, you don't want to be this static with a Chen, I would say. It's been 8.5 minutes. Has Puppy moved from bottom?
He has not.
I don't recall seeing him making any cross moves.
The closest he moved down was to the bounty rune on the Dire side on bottom lane. That's it.
Generally, what you do with Chen is that you support someone to win the lane, but he has basically supported the Veno to draw the lane. So this big early pressure that Chen can often put hasn't really been used very much this game. They haven't ganked Ori. Now they're finally going to take the tower, so this will be good for them.
Maybe that's the objective then we have to start thinking about from Team Secret. Like Ace is leveling up the Plague Wards a lot more now. They just want to start taking out Tier 1 towers, almost playing it like a Drow game, just minus the Drow because it was 5th man.
Yep. You still got this feeling that it's going to be really difficult for them to get that mid tower though. And that's the big one for Secret to claim in this game. They want to limit that space. As for now though, they're going to continue down here bottom. It's quite the push.
Yeah, they need to finish this tower, not have it...
There is no way they get this right.
Actually, yeah, 11's still there for defense. I want to watch top lane. Fana's actually up in the tree lines. He's been waiting for the perfect Laguna Blade into Paparazzi, but he won't have it. Fissure, Lanham rotates better, and Team Secret, they just don't bring in the answers quick enough. Yaps is already TP'd up, so is mid-1. Paparazzi's low. He actually finds the kill, Fana, before his own death. This will allow mid-1 to move in forward. He'll have to use a Spiritual Jump. Still no Sleight of Fist ability level. But that won't matter when Fenrir is searing chained under the tier 1 tower. 2 huge kills.
I'm sure Fada will take that.
Yeah.
I mean, he did lose 2 in, but he's got plenty where that came from still on the Lina.
He's been planning that for a while, and if he keeps Paparazzi at least a little bit lower, is slowing the difference between the Venomancer as well as the Terrorblade, because it was going over 1,000 gold in network.
I think Paparazzi needs to play Strength Treads and get a raindrop, so he doesn't die to this Lina combo.
Gale in mid. Ori just can't run it out, but Lanham even better. Always there as the babysitter. The old school way to play in ES, but still very effective.
The downside to this build is obviously how long it generally takes to get the Blink Dagger. If he's playing defensively and not too involved in kills. He's been pretty good though. He got a courier kill, which was even a flying courier, so he got a lot of experience from that too.
He's got a very sustainable build. This Tranquil Soul Ring, no Arcane Boots for this ES.
2 Siege Creeps again. Vici Gaming are definitely going to look to defend this tower.
Yep. But do they have the power for it? They don't seem to have the armor for it. Lanham's got no way to jump. Fenrir does have Global Silence available. But the Terrorblade has got Metamorphosis on cooldown for another 80 seconds. It doesn't look like they're strong enough to take a fight.
I don't think Secret's heroes can keep tanking the tower for their Siege Creeps now. And there goes the first one. The first one will fall now to 1 tower attack here. Actually, never mind. It did redirect to Ace, so they still have both.
Mid-1 going in after Ori. They just battle it out. Yapsol will arrive. Lands the stun just in the nick of time. But the mid lane, attempted denial from Fenrir, won't connect. Ace is low, but he's already been sent back by Puppy.
I'm very surprised Vici didn't try to defend that tower. I don't think it was going to take much more than what they had. They have their 2 supports in there, just needed 1 core to show up, put a little bit of pressure on Secret's heroes so they have to back out, and then those Siege Creeps will die when the heroes aren't tanking the tower for them. But
they didn't want to sacrifice it. No Metamorphosis up, and the Blink Dagger was still being worked on by 11.
Yeah, they definitely hit a timing now, but that's a pretty big price to pay. And in addition to it, they lost their TA at bottom, so that was kind of... It's not disaster territory, but it was definitely not on the good side from Vici for that last minute.
They're also TPing over. I don't know if they're all on the same page. I think it was actually the Terrorblade who was TPing up to the shrine next to Lanham, and he has a smoke ready to go, but they cancel the TP, and Paparazzi stays to push in the bottom lane.
Dire's top tower is
looking, I'm keeping my eyes a little bit on mid-1 here because I'm very curious how he chooses to item build in this game. So he's going for his classic first Boots of Travel build. I think this is the kind of game where you play the Spell Ember. Even though it can be tempting to play physical cleave against the Terrorblade, I think you're better off just focusing on that magic damage and hoping that the Vengeful and Lina can get the job done in the physical compartment. Because I'm not sure if Ember can go for something like the Battle Fury build up here. I think it's too slow and too greedy. When you're playing against a lineup that has both the TA and the Terrorblade, you want to play faster. And you see Secret, they're trying to play fast. They're going for the next tower. They are paying their bottom tower as a price, though. Paparazzi will claim that.
There's your Blink Lasso, but the stun's already out. You have Global Silence stopping any instant follow-up onto 11, but the silence wears off. And Yapsor able to secure the kill, and they're looking for more. The Penitent Man, Fenrir on the run. The TA trap will create a little bit more space.
That was uncharacteristically uncoordinated from Vici Gaming. You want a global straight away when that Batrider jumps in for the lasso, but getting that stun out is enough
Maybe they're feeling a little shaky.
Protect. Yeah.
Team Secret scanned the top lane before when Vici with 3 men smoked up looking for the kill. They got pinged and Secret just kept them waiting there on the top lane for a good minute.
I think, so the weirdest thing about this in a way is that this is the tower they try to defend. Because this one is really hard to hold, whereas the mid one would have been a lot easier. And now that they lost the mid tower, they probably just, you know, 11 just wants to use his Blink Dagger. But that fight was difficult to take. Even if they land the global, that could have still gone wrong. Well, Secret are happy to take it.
Yeah, 14 minutes in, they've taken all the tier 1 towers down, and now they look towards Roshan with no frontal position apart from that shrine. for Vici Gaming to use. Team Secret feel confident, and they've even got almost all 5 players inside the pit.
This is not going to.
But here comes the Firefly 11. He sees what's going on. No lasso available, but starts with a sticky napalm. Light Striker Raid. Need to get Ace out of there right now. Too many sticky napalm charges up. Paparazzi taking the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. In the meantime, Fada looking for the Light Striker Raid, but Paparazzi has already backed off, so he can kill off the illusions. Lanham, however, he's in a little bit more trouble. Mid-1 wants to play around him. He will take the stun. Sleight of Fist dodges the Fissure. The Puppy there to help out. In fact, there to take the kill.
And laugh at it. Very fitting. So, they do get this Lanham kill, but I would say Vici Gaming are being more effective with the map. So Secret are making a lot of these 4 or 5-man rotations. They got a couple of towers, but this Roshan kill, for example, that kill failing. Oh.
Yeah, they're going again. They're after 11, maybe with that side blade attack. With the meld onto Yapsaw. Puppy thought it was dangerous. That's why he's sending Yapsaw back, but Ace can use that to tank these psionic traps.
You got to be careful when you're playing a lineup like this of Secrets. A classic trap to fall into is just, oh, we're strong at 5-manning, let's just go together and take towers. But you still got to be effective on the map. The Terrorblade has played uncontested at bottom for quite a while. He almost managed to grab that bottom tier 2 tower before Fata rotated in. So you're moving as a group of 4 or 5, whereas the enemy team is like semi-defending with 2 and farming with 3 cores at the same time. And your map efficiency just, you look at the experience, it does tell a story. If Secret are not getting these, like you look at the gold, right? They have a marginal lead, but they've also taken 2 additional towers compared to the Dire side. So just in raw farm on the map, Vici Gaming are getting more out of it.
Bottom lane hits the combination, and he's almost got enough damage to kill off Terrorblade. Wanted to back off just in case of Sunder. But even with the extra amplification.
Very close from Fata with that Aether Lens. Got the range on the stun. He will TP. Oh.
Just before. Blink Dagger was on cooldown, that's what got him so close.
And now we kind of have this mirror where it's the Vici Gaming side that we're moving around with a lot of heroes trying to assist Paparazzi on the right side. They don't find anything, and Secret are now pushing out both top and mid. And this game will be a lot about this because Vici Gaming's timing hasn't really kicked in yet. They want this Deso and maybe even a BKB on Ori. They want Terrorblade to get his BKB and perhaps even a secondary damage item before they truly want to fight. And this is my concern for Secret. Are they getting enough done? When these BKBs come out, what do they have? Where's their damage going to come from? And I'm saying that even if the Ember went a physical build, I still think they would have the same problem at this timing. So you got to try to get something done, but
things are coming out.
Vici see this.
Gaming knows something is up. They're going to blink lasso. They do find Fada. There's your global silence. No follow-up, but Fada's instantly dead. Buyback is available for him, as now Vici Gaming want to back out with the Searing Chains. Controlling the limit, the Fidget from Lanham. Buys more space, but not enough for the Batrider. So buyback was committed from Fada. His TP was on cooldown. But it's enough to intimidate Vici Gaming enough that they're starting to back up. But remember, Roshan is still on the plate.
For that to be worth it, they want to claim an objective, or at least get a good fight. The fight seems hard. Puppy is actually almost dead. Don't get...
The difference.
He got messed there. He could have died.
Yeah, Puppy's back out.
God.
He's got a hand of God available. He's lending the medallion for the moment. Mid-1 will now come in. 4 players inside the pit. ES has no delivery system to get his Echo Slam in there. He doesn't even really have the mana for it, so they're letting it go. And the trade-off will be the tier 2 tower on bottom lane. I feel like we've got back in meta. This is your old Classico trade-off.
Yep. I like this call from Vici to not take this fight. I think they used what they had. They got a Lina buyback out of it. They go and grab something else on the map, and they play the time. And now Secret with this Aegis in hand, I'm just really curious to see what they're going to aim for here. If they want to try to fight this, which tower is their target. You see this very big emphasis on the early game. Yapsor grabbing that early Vlads. Mid-1 is going for a build that truly does not scale very well. He's going for the first item, Halberd, on his Ember. So not a farming item for that hero, not a damage item, just strict control for TA.
Out of target to Svenray. He was on a warding mission with an Observer and Sentry.
Mission failed.
But now Yapsor,
we'll get him next time.
Uncharacteristically holding the wards, but top lane! The Echo Slam! Lanham has been waiting a while, and the reveal of the Blink Dagger comes to fruition.
If you only have 1 death at this point in time and there hasn't been too much fighting, too many kills, slowly but steadily, he's been farming a little bit. 41 CS, they grabbed a couple of towers, and there you go. It is a sub-20 Blink Dagger, and that's totally fine. In previous patches, when the bounty runes were better and gave gold to only 1 hero, this would have been a bad timing for Shaker. But this is a definitely a respectable timing for LAN in this game. And now first BKB is already out, as well as the Deso for Ori. So big spike now for Vici Gaming. I imagine they still don't necessarily want to just run at Secret and take the fight. I think they want to play it a little more defensively, focus on pushing out the waves, building up.
Team Secret are going to run at them, a 5-man smoke up inside their own jungle. They were well away from any vision. In fact, Vici Gaming, that's their biggest problem at the moment. They have no vision of really anything, and they're going to still smoke up themselves under their own observer and sentry. Scans from both sides, and they're both on the complete opposite sides of the map, looking the wrong way.
Well,
so no one will hit anyone.
I think Vici Gaming will hit a tower.
Yeah, tier 1 tower on top lane can be taken. It would take a lot to get through it. They put a new observer ward down. And you see Team Secret doing the same type of thing on lane. They're both trying to get deeper observer wards on the off lane.
So they trade bounty runes 2 for 2, but Vici Gaming do start getting some structural damage in now with the Terrorblade. See the defensive ping coming out from Fata.
Yep.
Don't think Secret want to try to defend this tower, however. They're not really in a position to do so. They're going to try to trade off, get as much in the other lanes as they can, but look at their positioning in the mid lane. They're not playing very fast, playing very defensive with multiple heroes, and this push is not that quick.
It's a tier 2
Fata is fast
tower
bottom
trade though. That's why Fata's on bottom lane, and also why that push in mid is taking a little bit longer. This is the advantage of pushing with a better man. So you've already got this pre-established position. Fata's taken the bottom tower, now rotates in towards the mid. So this will be a tier 2 tower trade-off, 2 for Team Secret, and potentially just
nice chains
with the steering chains and the double light strike away from Fata. Vici creates a little bit of space for Fata, sitting on the back. The global silence is being popped off Puppy so low. It was actually Ori jumping into the back lines. Ace very defensively pops off the Nova, but he really had no one to find. Ori's having a field day, and Team Secret, they don't know where their front line is.
Really important global from Fenrir. They managed to, I think Fenrir maybe used it a little bit too late, but what they wanted to get out of it was to bait Secret into an uncomfortable position. They were in so deep committed for that kill, and they get a 2-for-1 trade, and this is them fighting into a team that has Aegis, so the timer just slowly running out on Fata's Aegis the Immortal. He has how long left? About a minute and a bit?
Yeah, a minute and a half.
Minute and 20. And you just got this feeling that this Aegis is going to expire. It's difficult for Secret to find the open.
But Team Secret still are taking a lot of map control. I say that as a positive. It's actually only one tier 2 tower, the difference between them. And that top tier 2 tower has 2 HP. It's got structural problems.
If Paparazzi realizes, he can just send over an illusion to hit it once and grab that gold for his team.
Yeah, if you realize.
There is also the mid tier 1 that Secret have managed to defend, so that is a big objective for Vici Gaming to get. I don't think they're ready for it just yet, though. Just keep the farm coming. They're getting super rich on their 2 cores. And mid 1. He does see.
Gets the steering chains off. Fissure will be able to land the stun, but Ember Spirit feeling confident. Actually having the Heaven's Helmet already done makes it difficult for Ori to attack once this is on him, obviously.
And Secret, I'm sure they want to try to hit high ground, but they just can't.
The creep skipping
Vici are doing such a good job at just pushing out waves and avoiding engagements that are unfavorable.
Are they going to finally take this top tower too and realize, oh, one creep can hit this thing in the tier 2 tower?
Oh no, Fox is he wants to deny. This is a bit dangerous. His Aegis is up now. No, wait, not now. No, it's up. Alright, he got the deny.
Yeah,
nice timing.
He denied the tower. Paparazzi's forcing in the bottom lane. He had help from the Batrider. As Team Secret had just camped up inside the Dire jungle, they're waiting for someone to come closer.
Ori is not going to oblige. Almost did. So what new items do we have coming up for Secret? So mid 1 finished that Halberd. He's going for a Manta style next, so still not too much in the way of damage. Fata rushing a Linken's against Batrider. Aghanim's on the way for Vengeful Spirit. Ace, very tank-oriented build with both
find
the
that
hook.
target. Ori searing chains up.
That's a big kill.
Follow up when they just drop the nukes. Knowing that the refraction is down, Laguna Blade 100% hits, but bottom lane is still pushing in. It doesn't have the extra nudge. 11's actually inside the jungle, and they're going to TP back right now.
I think Secret want to try to hit high ground. They want to force this buyback. They have to be wary of the last to global, though. It is still a threat.
That's why they nudge, but then again, Land Strike Array onto the real terror. Apparently they know he's real. Yapso lands his stun, and then swaps in Paparazzi. A quick sunder as well as BKB. Global Silence is pulled, and then with the lasso, they're pulling 8 in. They want this fight. Echo Slam from Land. They're going to control him. Don't let him get the Nova off, and they're able to do so. Side of Fist Searing Chains now. Lanham can't escape with a triple Spirit committal from mid 1. You'll get the follow-up kill. And VG Gaming, they've burned every big ability they've had. And Team Secret, yeah, you lost your Venomancer, and you had Big Spirit committal, but they still feel like they can go in.
Yep.
Or maybe not.
But once again, the problem, who is going to break the tower? The one hero you have that deals good damage to the tower right now is the Lina, but Lina has nothing in the way of defense. So she's a very easy hero to harass away.
Lincoln's coming on the courier now.
Yeah, it's going to help a bit, for sure. That's still so far so good for Secret in that moment, to be honest. They forced out the Global, they forced out the Metamorphosis and the Echo Slam, and all they lost was the Veno, so not too bad for them. They will now retreat to push out their waves once again, and we're going to stabilize toward the 25-minute bounty runes.
They found the Batrider. He's going after the Illusion Rune. Quick blink away from 11, but the Light Striker Ray and the swap. The stun connected before the swap came out.
Nice timing.
So even once he arrived in the river, still stunned up, Ace wants to keep a chase going onto Vici, but it will not work. Reflection came down, and then he was basically hitting himself harder. Misses the Light Striker Ray. Paparazzi does not want to burn this BKB. It's already down to 8 seconds, but the Penitence is on him, and the Wave of Terror. Negative armor. Sunder is available. Does he have the time to get it off? He's got a target, and he's looking for someone around the corner, but no! He did it on the final Lincoln Spear! He doesn't get any life back, so mid-1 is all over him! They're moving the attention over towards Ori. Mid-1 up and towards the trees. He knows it's low, but then you actually get the side blade hit. Yapsa will bring Ori down, but the cost is high. The cost is the Ember.
You have so many targets, and you Sunder the Lincoln. That's unfortunate. It's very clear he doesn't see it, right? He didn't know.
No,
there's no way Paparazzi makes this
fresh
happen.
item on the press.
That's one of those surprise moments that can make a big difference. Unfortunately for Secret, though, losing mid-1 there makes it pretty much just an even trade, not the greatest win. They did get 2 cores for the price of 1 and the Chen, so still, actually, I am saying it's a minor win. It's actually a relatively big one. I take that back.
We get to watch his shame again, and you wonder how much vision did he have. All right, okay, guys, he's going to Sunder, get away from everything he sees, but you've got the tower, and it's just brutal to watch. How
different that could have been if he Sundered Yapsor there. That would have been a totally different story, but... yeah, okay. It's, with the Ori death, I think Secret are still relatively happy, but it's not a game-changing moment as it could have been. They gain a little bit of gold over Vici Gaming with the added Batrider kill from earlier.
Everyone's still building in towards these bigger items. Like Landham's even looking at an Aghanim Scepter, and he's not looking too far. It's 1,200 gold before he'll have it done. You got Blink and Force Staff now on the Batrider, so jump in initiation and drag back distance, getting even better for him. And you got a Manta style very close with Paparazzi, a couple of 100 gold. So a lot of almost completed items being there, and the 10-second BKB on Ori. All of this can now be used because Roshan will spawn up in 25 seconds.
The big concern I have for Secret going forward in this game now is that they don't have any solutions to Global Silence yet. All of their heroes will be fully affected. They have no Dispel, no Yules, no Lotus, no Manta just yet. Mid-1 obviously on the way to his, but if Vici get the jump, they just get a kill. Secret have no way of protecting the hero that gets jumped, except that Lincoln Sphere from Fatsa, so if they find mid-1 Zember and bring him down, the fight is already extremely favored for Vici Gaming.
Here you go.
They're going for it.
Lever's doing the wrap around as the Batrider looking for his target. They break the Lincoln Sphere with the Force Staff, and that allows him to push it back out. Global Silence, no way for Team Secret to really respond to this. Puppy needs to burn that hand in a second right now, but Ember Spirit, a huge deep dive in. Ace is barely alive, but Puppy will get him back out to safety. But it's Vici Gaming on the rampage, but for how long? Sleight of fist from mid-1. He just keeps going to work, but another fantastic thunder here from Paparazzi. Steals the life and takes it from Puppy.
And it looks so easy for Vici Gaming when they get the jump. Secret without solutions.
And this time Roshan too.
Yep, they even found Fatsa in this instance. They managed to break the Lincolns with the Force Staff from 11, and then he gets the lasso off, and Secret just without options, really. They even had a little bit of a miscommunication where Yapsor swaps out the Veno as he uses the Poison Nova, so the Poison Nova hit nobody either.
Roshan's pretty low, he's coming over, puts the Defensive Spirit in, there's your Gale, Sleight of Fist Searing Chains, would like a kill, Ori's blinking himself away, Urshik is having a harder time getting out of here, and Landham, yeah, he's in trouble, Sleight of Fist from mid-1 will get it, a double kill, Fenrir and Landham falling, a quick force up, but Paparazzi, he's clipped, he's got the cheese available, mid-1 doesn't see him, the Sleight of Fist was barely off target, Paparazzi, stay still, stay a tree.
Or just TP away.
Or TP away, that'll also work. This isn't the Rubik, this isn't the video contest.
Oh no.
Target. Top lane, Batrider will get himself out to safety. As Vada looks for his own target in middle lane, Ori's hovering around, but that's the Aegis Immortal now on the TA.
Yep, great hero to have the Aegis on. One of the better Aegis heroes in the game just because of the low cooldown of refraction. You will often have a fresh refraction when you come out of the Aegis. You're not a transformation-based hero like the Terrorblade, so second life is very useful.
So here's that attempt to grab Vici Gaming kills on the way out. Attempt working quite nicely for mid one. Making this hero work. Understand why they'd still drafted 5th pickup.
If he could have grabbed that paparazzi kill, this would have been really nice for him, but
so close.
Just doesn't manage to get him there. And Vici Gaming still just in a comfortable position. 30-minute bounty rune's about to come out. Looks like it will be a 2-for-2 trade. Secret is sitting heavily on the top half of the map.
Yeah, there was almost a gank on the bottom lane. You saw Ori as well as 11 preparing themselves for the fight. That Spirit jump up, mid one saw him on the way out, even pinged him because he went over the top of him. Was being farmed up.
Paparazzi very confident.
Okay, just walks in, turns on the reflection onto Ace. Makes a couple of extra copies.
He knows the only way that he dies is if he gets chain stunned by Venge and Lina, since he has BKB and Cheese and the Sunder. So he can frontline for his team. They even have the failsafe in the Global Silence. Manta now used by mid one to push, so he won't have it defensively.
11 has an Invis rune. There's no sentry wards currently down for Team Secret. And they're looking penitence on the paparazzi. Swap Maggie in there's your Global Silence, and Noel, there's the Sunder right on top of Yap, so he loses his life. 11's Blink Dagger stays on cooldowns. The Poison Sickness not allowing to jump in. Ace, he'll be able to get the Nova off, and it is on top of Ori. Now BKB's not protected for long, but the Echo Slam, mid one, control. That's the one Lanham wanted. That's the one Lanham got. 3 heroes from Team Secret pushing up the daisies. Vada will stick around a little bit longer, see if he can get a kill before this pullback ends up happening. The damage is high and Vada is out. 11 will be able to survive, and Chen completes his own TP.
Paparazzi hits really hard. Did you know? So again, I'm kind of going to be repeating myself a bit, but this is really what is happening in this game. They get the jump, the Global Silence, and actually in this instance they tried to swap aggressively. They just use Global. It's you're kind of engaging for them. When you swap the Terrorblade in, he gets BKB off in the Global. The execution that Secret need to pull off is almost impossible. They need to swap the guy into a Lina stun and then burst him before Global comes off. Like, that's a really difficult task.
Is that even the way you do it? Like, right now it seems like mid one's the one having the best initiation just by doing the range harassment onto Vici Gaming. Drop him down low before the fight even begins.
I don't know. I think at this point for me, Secret are just facing a drafting problem. They've kind of run into a wall, and in my opinion, they got to itemize around this Global Silence so that when that comes out, they still stand a fighting chance. If they don't buy the right items to solve this problem, every single fight is going to be the same, really. You can have all the items in the world here, but you can't take the fights. It really just feels that way.
They can continue to fight until the bitter end. This game be going for a very long time because Lina's got clearance, Ember's got the push out, you've got Venomancer who can just build a plague wall. Vici Gaming will have a hard time getting in, and their initiation to the base is also quite difficult, getting around the Venomancer. That was the one thing from that last fight. Batrider couldn't get the jump. He couldn't get that instant initiation off because the Poison Sting was on him. So that Blink Dagger never able to be used, but they have a solution. The man who locked down mid one last time, and the man on your screen right now, Aghanim Scepter and Blink Dagger for the Earthshaker. He is the big man of the fights.
Yeah, Lanham just needs to be patient like he was in the last fight. Let the fight develop a little bit, find that core kill that you really want to get, and get the job done. And it looks like they're looking for that move once again. So Echo has just come off cooldown. Smoke should be ready here for Vici Gaming. Actually, they're grouping up, but not using it just yet.
They'll want to wait. If you look at Ori, he's got another 70 gold, and then a full Bloodthorn is completed on him. With a double damage rune, with his 8-second BKB. They want to have that before the fight, but they still smoked up, and the Courier's bringing it, but it may be a little too late. They'll at least get into position, and there's no Radiant Observer Ward that watches this Courier. Every from Team Secret is defensive, and mid one, he's the target in the middle lane. He's not jumping out just yet, but that's why Puppy was sending him back. But Lanham's looking for it. Aegis Immortal just times out, and Vici Gaming, all the timings just aren't working. The Bloodthorn arrives, but the smoke's wearing off, and the Aegis is gone.
They've still got position though, so it wasn't all for naught. They have this position on the map now where they can be the aggressors. Puppy actually is going to lose that Centaur. Lanham showing off a little bit. Oh, swap!
That's a long swap! They go after 11, Global Silence won't actually stop it. So 11 is down, Yapzor knew he was the sacrifice. But it won't matter when he has Aghanim Scepter as well. He sacrifices, but he's already back and fighting. Lanham gets the jump! into a wall. The Vici Gaming, what have you really got left inside the tank? You've got support kills, and maybe, well, with this swap temp, Yapsaw, even in death, you can't get rid of it. Lanham jumps in, but Fada is the perfect Vice-Wrecker array, and Mid-One will capitalize on it, finding the kill and looking for more. Searing chains up cooldown in 2 seconds' time. He's Sleight of Fist already insuling onto Fenrir. Mandasal breaks free of all the Silence's control, and then another stun from Fada. This one's on Paparazzi. You've got the Sunder available, and they just can't hit. Ori's attempting, but he just cannot finish the job. Troll Trap from Chen. Even now, they keep the chase going. The TA traps will try and create a little bit more space, and it looks like VG Gaming can disengage, but Secret showing their teeth and biting down hard.
They did so many things right in that fight. I think Yapsaw got off 3 swaps, obviously with that Aghanim Scepter. Even when he dies, he has that low cooldown swap. Got the Terrorblade in. He got the first kill on the Batrider, traded his lot for it, but also traded for the Global. So they end up getting this 4-on-4 fight where Global is not available, and all of a sudden is a possible fight to take, but they need this like really crisp execution that they pulled off that time now. This is going to help. Fatsa gets the Lotus Orb, so he has a way of getting rid of Global Silence now. He was eyeing a Shiva earlier, but changed his mind, and I totally agree with this choice. It was either this or something like a BKB to just break out of it and be able to fight. And the upside to this, obviously, he can help his allies as well if there's somebody else who could benefit from it more. And it also counteracts the Sunder really well if used correctly.
Where does Yapsaw keep getting all this money from? An Aghanim Scepter, I know we're 35 minutes in, but he bought Vlad's, he bought Nern, and he actually has other heroes on the map. Yeah, we'll watch it now again, so that long swap so far in. Lanham able to at least get a 3-man fissure, so he knew he could lock him down, but
like just barely got his BKB and cheese off, and they were able to at least stay alive and take the fight. But Secret won that in a big way. They pulled back from a 7k disadvantage to 3k, and a lot of... And a final thing in that fight, by the way, Mid-One was super clutch with the halberd. Oh, yeah, okay.
Farewell.
That's TA for you.
And they'll take out his army as well.
So this double halberd from Team Secret needs to be put to good use in every single fight. Getting the halberd on the TA before she BKBs, getting the halberd on the Terrorblade before he BKBs.
Well, already, Global Silence is out, but Fighter has the damage output. Lotus Orb dispels quickly that Global Silence, so it's gone. They were looking for the wards.
Similar situation to before. Secret actually do have a move now. If they can bait the Global out like this, Yapsaw has so much work to do in this game, and he's delivering. Really needs to land these key swaps at every moment.
Been able to do it so far. VG Gaming just trying to retreat. Well, they were the ones hitting their timing. Ori is just an absolute beast. He's 21,000 and increasing net worth compared to the top for Team Secret, which is 17k. But what's your effective net worth once the Batrider gets deleted from the fights?
Yeah, what's your effective net worth on the Batrider in general? Look at his net worth. This is a position 3 hero. 11 is poor this game. He has very little in the way of defense. That's why he just gets picked off. I think he has to grab himself a defensive item, working on the Yules currently to just counteract that swap until he gets that. It's a lot of pressure on the rest of Vici Gaming to deliver. This Batrider has kind of missed the timing at this point with all...
Yeah, and it's Batrider who's meant to be the initiator, and Lanham, all his great pitches have been real good, but the only target that's been presented by Team Secret is Yapsaw every single time, and that's a target that comes back to life again.
Yep. Definitely don't want to echo that Venge. You want to try to find the Ember if you can. Even Veno seems like a bad target if he has all these defensive items. Ace has 50 armor.
Roshan's
and a hood.
Ember Spirit trying to come in for that Arcane Rune. It goes to Paparazzi, and Mid-One will have to cop a little bit of damage for it. Roshan, you know they want to pop in. Both teams not seen it yet, but there's your swap from Yapsaw going after Ori. He'll burn the BKB very early on. It's not a long duration one, but Yapsaw, they Lotus Orb him up. He's already going to start to heal. In fact, Poppy just sends him all the way back to base. Paparazzi burns his own BKB. It's a low duration, so lower cooldown. That this is an opportunity for Team Secret if they want to try and posture around Roshan.
Secret are outplaying them really hard in the last 5 minutes. Vici Gaming were building such a nice advantage. They had the items they needed to take the fights, but this Vengeful Spirit is just a really, really big problem that they don't seem to have the solution for right now. The only way to really counterplay this better is by just having better position and being quick. You need to be able to counter jump or ideally initiate yourself. I think if they jump the Venge, it's fine. Yapsaw is such a big problem that why not?
Yep.
Go and grab him if you can with the lasso.
Well, they're looking for him. Batrider's waiting there, just keeping an illusion inside of Roshan, expecting Team Secret to go in there, but whoever starts Roshan's kind of at a negative. because they're the ones that are going to be initiated on. And Team Secret, as we've seen time and time again, it's only with one jump. With the Absol, they make it work, but this is the way they want to do this.
They got Nova.
Huge Nova from Ace. He may actually have a little bit more life. Global Silence will now come out, but everyone's got the dot on them from Vici Gaming, meaning they may not be able to push hard enough through. They get rid of the double BS, but then Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, Paparazzi, he has to BKB and swaps life with Lanham. Paparazzi doing everything he can to keep the heartbeat up, and they'll shrine it. Paparazzi doesn't need it, everyone else does.
I wonder why.
Because he's a thief. He's not. He's the carry version of Arfu.
Well, it is currently a 5-on-3. Secret do, however, have buybacks.
Puppy's in trouble. Oh, actually, that jump in from 11 doesn't really work with the Fidget control. Ori was still there to hit through with the Echo Slam. They want to bring down mid one, but they give it the Lincoln Spear. A quick jump away with Lanham using the totem.
Swap!
Yapsol goes in. He's looking for the kill onto Lanham with a Sleight of Fist Searing Chain. They'll actually get it. Yapsol will die for the cause. Remember, he ain't really dead. Now he's really dead. They go through the VS illusion. Ori still looking for something else on the front lines. Losing defensive refraction charges. Lotus on protecting Yapsol with the Fissure. Actually connects on the Fada 2 and Paparazzi can now go big and not home. Finding the double kill and into Roshan. There is no way the Team Secret can contest this. They don't have anything left in the tank.
Big place.
Just push out. That's all. Wait, hang on. Min one, hang on. You did this before. He's thinking about doing it again. Side of Fist, but the Searing Chain. Last Ray tries to fight space. Min one's dropping quickly. He needs more time. Nanosol, another Side of Fist, but the jump up. Oh! Hits the target. Echo is beautiful. Double kill for him. And Team Secret are now on the rope, staring down the buybacks of both Lina and Ember to defend.
Oh, they did not account for that refresher shard. Lanham gets it off and gets a beautiful jump into Echo. He made one big play before that. I was about to say big plays from Lanham, and then, well, why not just give me another one, you know? Keep it going. Really nice Earthshaker play from him this game, and now this pressure on the mid tower, I think Secret might have to buy back Fata as well. They're trying to hold on to it for now, let mid one do the damage, but
they're very, very worried with Lanham. He is waiting in the wings. Fortification, trying to find more time for Team Secret just to get rid of this freeway, but there's your Fissure. They start with the reflection. Global Silence, mid one will break free thanks to the Manta Star, but it won't stop Bat Rider. 11, he jumped in, he pulled him out. Yapsol will be there for the save. Again, having to sacrifice himself for the greater good, and they go instantly into the illusion. No double Yappy.
that has made a big difference to Vici, actually, that they started killing this damn Venge illusion when Venge dies. The secondary and tertiary swaps have been a really big problem, so get rid of them as fast as you can. No buyback on him, it's still a 5-on-3. Aegis available.
The Plague Wards, Paparazzi, the control isn't there. With a buyback from Lina, Vici Gaming, they got the victory they wanted. They are hurting the bank of Team Secret.
Damn, look at these graphs. It's actually the dip that we just had. It's about 10,000 gold in 2 minutes. And now they're going to grab the Shrine too. Paparazzi, thanks for the health to Fenrir. He's just going to earn himself up. Paparazzi did go for the Sunder cooldown talent instead of the Metamorphosis range, so only a second cooldown on that Sunder.
This is what Team Secret need to have happen though. Mid one instantly jumped down to the bottom lane. This lane has always been pushing in and is reaching the tier 3 tower consistently. There's a nice double damage rune on bottom river too to help it out. But they need to start making Vici Gaming look behind themselves. It's not Araxing yet, so Team Secret can play the momentum game, because they can't play the team fight game. That TA, as well as Terrorblade, 26,000 net worth each, compared to the 18k of the Ember Spirit, who's doing the best he can to keep things alive.
I love the way, by the way, that Vici set up that earlier fight. It looked like, so they basically baited mid one to use the Manta with the global, and he jumped away, and Batrider was on top of the Remnant down there. That was a very, very complex play, actually, to set up. And the swap from Yap obviously did save him, but he paid his life for it, and that, in the end, forced them to use the Lina buyback. So that chain of events cost them a Lina, basically. A Lina buyback and the vengeful kill on the Ember, and they still got the tier 3, so the top shrine down, they're going to go for the bottom shrine, and they still have both Aegis and Cheese. I don't think Vici are going to stop. Gonna slow down the tempo at this point.
11, he's gonna find another target, and it's Puppy. Pulling back the Sentinel, we're gonna get the stun, but Ori's moving over. A secondary stun. Puppy, he's got some distance. Ghost Scepter's available for him. The Nullifier flies out from Ori. It'll cancel off the Ghost Scepter, and mid one wanted to help out. Came in a little too late, however.
That was so good from Puppy. That was perfect, but still not enough.
He tried.
Maybe it was not so good that he got caught. You could argue that, but under the conditions, that was a
exact position. There's a 12% chance, according to Dota Plus, that Team Secret are still in this, so they are most definitely the underdogs.
I think the 12% is on Ember right now. He needs to get really, really big so he can start killing these heroes off later on.
He's looking for protection too. He's going to get rid of that Aquila and get the Lincoln Sphere. So that jump in you saw from Batrider previously can't happen again.
Yeah. It's a very defensive approach, right? It still feels like Secret just don't have enough damage in the tank, so they have to kite the BKBs. And we're reaching that stage when, during the BKBs, Vici can just get a lane of racks. Like, this Terrorblade and this TA hits so damn hard with all that minus armor too, which is currently sitting in the backpack, but will come out soon enough.
He's
when the Aegis drops.
Nullifier is more important with the Bloodthorn, but no.
Okay.
And he wants to fall back in again. Lion Striker Ray, Global Silence is out, but they have the damage to get the kill. As the Gem True Sight also lost for VG Gaming. And mid to fight. He's gone Disco Ember.
Sometimes you just want a bounty room, man. Right? Sometimes you just want a blind bounty room at 45 with all the enemy heroes missing. And most of the times you die. So, and they even use Global.
An Alchemist, it would have been worth.
He didn't even get it.
Oh, mid-one can push out the bottom lane for VG Gaming. What do you do now? You've got your Batrider on the sidelines for a bit. Do you just stay your blade? But it burns your Aegis, the immortal timing on the Templar Assassin. This is also about to go, now that I say that. Yep, there it is. Aegis Immortal is reclaimed. They
still have the cheese
on Paparazzi.
Yep, and he has a Daedalus on the way, I do believe this is. Or is it an MKB? It's an MKB. So, we'll be getting that in against the two Halberds. Good choice.
So much damage still from VG Gaming.
Yeah.
And now you start to question, like, do these Halberds still do the job? Maybe they do once the BKBs wear around.
They do.
And you stop TA from attacking. You stop Paparazzi from attacking.
Well, especially if Secret get the jump, then they definitely do.
Searing Chains. Alright, he's going to just refraction and walk away. How many of these team fights can we have? Puppy just trying to put the fear into Ori. Tossing the penitence, but Batrider is up, and you see him already coming in 11. He's been the big key play maker for VG Gaming. Now we're going to reposition it from Ace. That needs to come out before this fight begins. The Blink Tech is coming on the core, but the fight's already begun. The jump in from 11. He found Yamsel. They'll pull him in, but now they're trapped inside the river. Not exactly where they wanted to be. The Halberd stops the attack. Poppy is still in trouble with the attacks coming from the hillside, but they just keep him alive. Yamsel is a 1-for-1 trap, but a huge one. It's the ES count. He never uses Echo Slam. But Paparazzi, he is the king of life. He needs to get involved in this fight, and maybe he will have enough. Chasing after Fada. Lotus Orb is protecting him for the moment. Side of Searing Chains from mid-one, trying to keep the control up, begins his TP, and the Lion Striker Raid from Fada. The perfect chaining of control allows them to back off. Somehow the two puppies survive this attack.
Again, it's all about the Halberd, man.
They're going again.
The Venge stayed alive.
Ori's ready. There's the jump in, the sleight of fist, Searing Chains did the work, and then Ori pushed away. Remember, he doesn't have the Aegis to the Immortal.
Halberd again.
Free Paparazzi. Swap side win for mid-one. He wants to kill a Paparazzi. Maybe they can get both. Paparazzi's on the retreat. 270 HP. Locked because the bar looks low. He's got 2.8k life for VG Gaming. What is going on here?
This Halberd, or these Halberds rather, but I think in both instances in that last fight it was mid-one. Getting the first one when they get the jump from Vici Gaming, getting that Halberd out on the TA, and then the second jump here. TA just can't fight back for so long, and the Halberds are definitely doing work. Wonder if we're going to see a change up in item build, just getting a Linkits or something on this TA. She's struggling.
Fada's beating into the tower. The top tower goes down to half-life. But VG Gaming, they'll hold true. A Blink Dagger is purchased up from Paparazzi.
Is a really big item in this game. You feel like these fights are all about just Secret kiting and delaying the BKBs, but if Paparazzi can jump into the middle of all of them, cast Reflection, and just start laying into them, they will get ahead in the fight, and that's what they want to be. Just get that small advantage so that the TA can jump in with confidence and use that BKB aggressively and not be halberded while it's running.
If they can get that, maybe Lanham could finally start having that space that he's been almost begging for. Team Secret locked him down. They took away that big team fight controller that has been really problematic for mid-one. And mid-one also wants to fight. Arcane Room bottled up. They look towards that top tower, see if they can get a shrine of their own, but VG Gaming already in position. A fresh Yule scepter onto 11, so finally, he started working on that about 20 minutes ago. He's now completed it. Takes towards the sky, they ping him out, they see him.
They want to get the swap. Yamsor is going to look for it the whole time. The very low cooldown wave of Terror with the talent. Just always on the hunt for this Bad Rider.
Mid one has to keep the other lanes pushed in, so he'll BT out. Very good way of actually running this global pressure. Chen can send mid one back at any time and then just BT out towards the lanes. But they can be very, very efficient with the Ember Spirit, not to mention his Spirit jumps. Team Secret, Spirit up, Spirit down. Where he really wanted to be.
They're in a good aggressive position on the map though. They're behind on gold, and Vici Gaming obviously still have that cheese that they've now given to Lanham, but if Secret get the right position and they get to initiate up on this high ground, it's a lot harder for Vici Gaming to counterplay. They will try to fish for information here with the psionic traps,
Secret
but
don't want to fight yet. They smoke up, but they need to back out. Mid one is not there ready to fight. He wants to go over and pick up this Lincoln Sphere before the fight begins, but it won't happen. Lanham jumps down. He'll find the Invis room blocking in the river, and Paparazzi, he just goes full steam right over to top of Fada, protected a little bit by the low swap to Paparazzi. Just looks more bouncing. He just wants to kill off Fada, but Yapsol's in there for the top of Paparazzi. There's just so much of him. He pops the mana style, killing off double now, and they track back 8. It is just one by one. VG Gaming killing off Secret. They'll find down the illusion too, so goodbye the extra one. The buybacks have to start coming in. Fada will start his. Mid one's already left the fight. He's pushing out the top lane. They look towards Roshan, and surprise, surprise, the big man is here.
what a big payoff from that Blink Dagger for Paparazzi. Perfect item choice in this situation. Really gave them what they needed in that fight. Fenrir, 1 HP.
30 HP. Mid one actually potentially, if you get that Sleight of Fist, Fenrir would be dead right now. And I still cannot believe that going into that fight, Mid one didn't have his Lincoln Sphere. They forced the issue.
Yep.
They actually pulled Mid one back into the fight, saying, don't do it. But 4 catapults on bottom lane, I think someone has to go down and deal with this.
Another detail about that fight, well, it's not really a detail. There's no Echo Slam used by Lanham that engagement, so he has 2 if there's a fight right now. The second Refresher Shard has now been claimed. He has a lot of mana in his item build on the Shaker, so not going to be a problem for him. And here we see it. Really nice fissure to start it off. And this Blink, triple reflection. And Secret just have to run away, but they can't.
Yep.
And getting that Vengeful Illusion is really, really strong for the Terrorblade as well.
I think it was actually one of the first fights you actually see VG Gaming saying, well, you know, Yapsol isn't the first one we'll kill off, but that's because they had Fada. He has been such a nuisance throughout every single one of these fights. But this is VG Gaming now just out positioning Team Secret.
Speaking of position, Paparazzi can barely move when he just changed for 4 seconds. He's moving a little bit. And running down.
He'll Scepter up, looking up towards the top lane. It's Puppy who's in trouble. Support's coming in from the ES, as well as from the Ember Spirit. And the Gem of True Sight is dropped. I don't think 11 really noticed it. Either that or he's looking for more kills straight away.
I don't think they realize, but that gem is going to be very difficult for Secret to recover. It's in such an awkward spot. They could maybe send out the courier all the way across the left side and grab it. For now, they are definitely hesitating to do that. Want to see the heroes first of Vici Gaming.
You're finally getting that Battle Fury build in for mid one. You asked yourself very early on if you get it, and 52 minutes in, he starts to build it.
Yeah, they have damage problems, and I think, so as I said at the time, I think if he rushed the Battle Fury, it would have probably backfired. But at some point, you're going to need to get this physical damage late in the game. They just don't have what it takes to kill off the...
Can they actually push this bottom?
Vici heroes.
You've got Yapsol as well as mid one, though. Lend the wave of terror. Quick Sleight of Fist will burn through most of the wave. And they just want the tier 3 tower. He'll jump out and they'll leave the BS illusion to finish the job. So yeah, tier 3 tower will take it. Shrines open up.
Playing that split game with Ember. Something mid one is very adept at. Don't think they're in any position to reach these shrines anytime soon, though. Yep. They are very cornered in their base, but it's still a step in the right direction for Secret.
Secret, where are these lines drawing? This is VG Gaming saying, let's go in through the bottom, while Yapsol is circling up on the northern side.
Moon Shard for Ori. Eat that up straight away.
Now we're actually starting to run out of item slots on these 2 cores of VG Gaming. You're 53 minutes in, everyone should be pretty well stacked. He's going in for Refresher Orb next, so it's all about just redoing the utility.
That item is so good on Terrorblade late game. Having secondary metamorphosis, having, if necessary in the fights, the double reflection, but it's already such a low cooldown, so I don't think you really ever want to refresh that. But double BKB, double Manta, double Metamorphosis is really what it's all about.
But how does Vici actually get up this hill? They have to go through the Plague Wards, they have to go through the Sleight of Fist, which does put mid one into a bad position. And this will be even worse once Ace is able to hit that 3 times Plague Ward. If he can hit 25.
That will take a while.
It will take a bit, especially when he cannot leave his base.
He is so far away. He is so under-leveled, actually. Level 20, minute 54
That's fine.
on the safe lane hero.
22. So,
yeah.
And then you get, what's his up? Is he going to start piercing immunity? Paparazzi, double damage for him. That's one scary Terrorblade.
Oh, look,
I'll disarm him because he doesn't have the BKB. So hey, isn't that a nice thing to have? And they can just chain the halberds. Ace purchased up his own one. So Paparazzi sends in the illusion to beat in. They're going for the melee rack to begin with. Blink Lasso! They found the target. Global Silence is out, and they pull him far enough away. Ace! He's still not now. He will go down with 2 deep. Yapso wanted to help out the aggro slam. Fight a fist on it. Both of the aggro slam. This build did clip Poppy, however, so he'll fall and Vada. Save Yapso! A huge spot, the illusion. Vada dies on the steps of the palace. Team Secret, they want to come out. They're bought back on the BS and the Venom. They need to find these pickoffs.
Oh, Mid1 failed it.
It doesn't actually go onto Ori.
He failed the chains. He cast them too early. He might have been able to get a chain there on Ori. Or he's thinking about it. He has the Aegis still, but no BKB.
It's 55 minutes. Collect your bounty runes, collect your senses.
Oh, a bottle.
And then think about coming back in again.
Ori rediscovers his bottle in the pit. It's like, oh, yeah, I forgot about this one.
Oh, I can actually get multiple charges out.
So that is a hold from Secret, but it is an expensive one. We see it here.
Here is that hold. So it starts off with the Batrider initiation.
Swap, but the last attack from Paparazzi does follow him into the base. And they do kill the Lina.
We never get to stop Mid1. He's right on top of 11, gets steering chains off. You also have to dispel. Mid1 wants to keep the fight going, however, as 11 jumps on down. Ori's in the neighborhood. Mid1 Lincoln Sphere triggers. He bounces out, then straight back, hitting him with a Sleight of Fist. He actually gets the kill, but then again, how deep is he? Ori, there's the swap out, and he's going to find himself an invis route, so doesn't want to stop going with the Sleight of Fist as Vengeful Spirit. Okay, Mid1 is going to be safe. They don't have detection, so Mid1 stays with him. He wants Fenrir. Spirit committal forward. Fenrir's got the 1 charge available. Immuted. Ember Spirit has to do it the old-fashioned way. 2 gems next to each other. Lanham looking for the fissure hit, and he'll connect. Mid1's in trouble. He'll Manda style. Try and pop back out. This one Sleight of Fist dodging the attack from Lanham. He cannot dodge Ori. Triple kill, 4 and 5 backs are available. As Chen, Hubby walks into the middle of the fight. 3 heroes. That's not where Chen wants to be. Nullified up and brought down. VG Gaming, they got 5 kicking. Team Secret, they've only got 1 with a buyback. And he instantly has to use it. Create the space.
This hold is going to be so difficult. Lanham can use his cheese. Has another Echo Slam ready now. Obviously didn't even use it in that last engagement. I think he had it on cooldown. So a 5-on-3 with everything on the side of Vici Gaming ready to go except Lasso, which is in 20 seconds. That's more than enough time before Venge and Chen spawn, so here we go.
Yep, up comes Paparazzi. Refresher Orb is ready to be used, so never-ending metamorphosis. And they fortify, buy some time. Mid1 protected by the Lincoln Spear, gets the Sleight of Fist. They want to try and kill off the Earthshake. Remember, he's still got the cheese. Paparazzi goes down. Second lane of Frax, taking the tier 3 tower in the bottom lane with the lasso. It's there for the Batrider. He doesn't get out, however. Fada had the BKB to protect him, and Batrider is dropping quickly. The global silence making it difficult to find. They can't get the Nova off from the Venomancer. Ace will fall without getting the Nova off, and does not have buyback to lend to this engagement. You still have the big DPSs up in Mid1 as well as Fada, but it does not matter. VG Gaming are so strong. They've already taken the second lane of Frax. Paparazzi, he's got Thunder available. They're going to commit forward, and the Echo Slam. Lanham was ready for it. 3 heroes down. They come back in again. The door is wide open for VG Gaming.
And it looked like they really wanted Secret to chase them there. They could have tried to play it a little more aggressively, but this bait play works out so much better. Basically get Mid1 to jump into the middle of them, and then very easy echo there for Lanham when you're so quick.
Yapsaw
gets
wants to do something here. Fada, I don't think there's communication. They'll get the stun over on the Yapsaw. He'll have the extra spirit, but look at him just focus it down. This is all up to Fada, and I do not see the way to do it. Neither does Puppy. GG, well played. It took almost an hour, but VG Gaming take game 1 against Team Secret.
Secret made them work really hard for it, though. I thought that game was going to be easier for Vici Gaming after the early stage, the way they put up their draft, but the halberds from Secret, the way they kited around the fights, the swap the Ember Spirit plays out of mid one, definitely showing how skilled he is on this hero and how comfortable they are with this lineup. But they were lacking a way of turning these good fights into actual sieging. They never... Did they get an Aegis on Secret's side? I don't think so. I think every Aegis went to Vici Gaming this game. Actually, 4 Roshans in total. That kind of advantage and the added late game bounty runes, at some point it just becomes too much.
They had the first on Fada and Vici.
True, they had one.
They had every single
You're right.
time.
They had the first Aegis, the very first one. But
it was great.
They didn't get it used.
Back and forward too.
Just expired.
You start off with Vici Gaming just going in ham, and then Team Secret, they get the Aghanim Scepter on the Vengeful Spirit, but how quickly did they adapt? They just saw how everything was going to work and was like, okay guys, we had a couple of bad fights, let's switch everything around. And they did it absolutely beautiful. Ace was 0-10. He was actually 0-10 at the end of that.